and many other major media outlets in 1971. For that action, for that truth sharing, he faced 12 felony counts and life in prison before the dismissal of his case. He was awarded the 2006 Right Livelihood Award, known as the Alternative Nobel Prize, in Stockholm, Sweden. And many people through history have regarded him as a hero. Since the end of the Vietnam War, he's been a lecturer, writer, and activist on the dangers of wrongful U.S. interventions and the urgent need for patriotic whistleblowing. He's now a member of the Bradley Manning Support Network Advisory Board, and we're proud to welcome him to the stage.
I'm very happy to be here at what I regard as a family gathering. I don't think this is a fully nor random representative section of America altogether. This is my community, and I'm really happy to be here with you. I've been talking for a couple hours here straight to various media, and I'll tell you something a little striking about it. With one exception, they're all foreign media. It goes from Finland, Sweden, several from Germany, France, England, Ireland this morning, all that. One American, Fox News, interestingly. So what's going on here? Well, let's not ask why the American press isn't here, and let's focus for a minute on why the European press is here. I just asked that from the woman from Finland. She says this is a very big story in Sweden and all over the continent, and I would say around the world. Our presence here, the rally, Bradley Manning in general, and why should there be that difference? Well, it's very simple. Our country, sad to say, is the country that perpetrated the crimes that Bradley Manning exposed in this. I think other countries have noticed something, but not too many Americans have noticed, that Bradley was an extraordinary American who went on record and acted on his awareness that it was wrong for us to be killing foreigners. He was not doing it only for American citizens, although I'll come back to that in a moment. I think he saved American lives, but he was concerned that the people of the world should be informed of the way, as he put it, the first world, or the West, he said, treats the third world. And of course these Europeans are not in the third world, but they do have an interest in the fact that America has been acting for a long time, and above all in the last decade, as if the lives of foreigners meant nothing. Not just less than Americans. That's true for any country in the world. We're superior, we're the best, we're the ones we care about. We care about our family more than we care about other people. That's human. But what we're seeing is a concern that amounts to zero. The fact that Bradley Manning put out that video of Iraqis being killed, I put this now to a couple media this morning and yesterday. How many other videos have you seen of that nature? Of Americans mowing down unarmed civilians? I haven't seen one. None of them have seen one. The one no one would have seen that, and they've seen it around the world except for Bradley Manning. Now, that video is part of the charges against him. I was outraged when I was in the courtroom and discovered that they were actually using that video charge against him, which obviously deserved to be out, needed to be out. It was his right to do it.
Absolutely.
As he said, he also said something that they used in the PowerPoint presentation of the charges against him. I want people to see the real nature of asymmetric warfare. Now there's a term that not many Americans would even hear unless you're a specialist. That's the new military word for the kind of wars we've been fighting, otherwise known as asymmetric, from the strong against the weak. What used to be called colonial wars.
That's right.
Wars asymmetric because one side has airplanes, drones, helicopters, napalm, artillery, tanks, and the other side has none of those. Only suicide bombers if they're fighting and IEDs, improvised explosives. So it's asymmetric. And the result of that is the great slaughter of innocents, which is a war crime. Unless Americans don't, as I say, care too much about that when they read about it or if it feeds into them, but that video, actually showing it in sight, had the potential for grabbing people's attention and making them think, why are we doing this? Why are we here? What is this all about? We've seen hardly any of that because ever since the Gulf War, American Pentagon has been very good at keeping Americans from seeing what they're actually doing on the ground, seeing anything but a video show of missiles going up in the air and exploding and whatnot, and not of bodies lying around, unarmed bodies, as Bradley Manning revealed. Torture? President Obama has the nerve to say, I ended torture. Well, he has ended torture the same way he has closed Guantanamo, as he keeps saying. What Bradley Manning revealed that we had been turning over thousands of Iraqi prisoners to Iraqi custody knowing they would be tortured. That is a crime as clearly as torturing them ourselves. It's the same, essentially, legally. He then found 1,000 approaching orders saying, do not investigate further. Do not investigate further. An illegal order, which goes right up to the commander-in-chief on this. So a violation then, and actually people ask, why is Obama doing this? He has been incriminated in impeachable offenses and domestic crimes as much as anybody below him. As a matter of fact, Obama, what did I say? So in short, many people have asked me today, why are you here? Well, I say first because I personally identify with Bradley Manning and have from the moment of that video coming out and the moment especially that I read the chat logs which got him pulled in, where he said, I'm ready to go to prison for life or even be executed. And I thought, that's how I felt 40 years ago, and I've been waiting 40 years to hear somebody else say that. Now, a lot of people outside, I've been in a lot of protests that are protesting Bradley, the purpose of which is to protest Bradley Manning's status as a victim of government abuse against himself. But that's not why I'm here today, and I think it's not why you're here. I'm here to celebrate an American hero, a world hero, to recognize him, let him know. I hope it will get through to him, and I hope it will get through to the kinds of people that President Obama is trying to intimidate, to keep from doing what Bradley Manning did, that there are Americans who understand the Constitution, unlike, let's say, the San Francisco Gay Pride Parade community who rescinded his election as a marshal. They said falsely that he had endangered American lives. I don't have time to go in here, but he saved American lives. There would be tens of thousands of American troops in Iraq right now, and many of them would have died if Bradley Manning had not revealed atrocities that made it impossible for Maliki to give immunity. Okay, so what does it say about gays? Well, there are gays here, I've seen today, in good faith. What it says is that gays are like other Americans, that there's a lot of them that don't understand our Constitution or don't care enough about it. And fortunately, there are so many. As somebody asked in San Francisco, why should Bradley Manning be regarded as a gay hero? What did he do for gays? And one answer was, he did it for humanity, and gays are people. And second, I would say that any group of which Bradley Manning can be said to be a part should be honored to recognize him as their hero. That goes for gays, it goes for transgender people, it goes for people from Oklahoma. There won't be very many there who appreciate him. It goes even for short people. But anybody who can identify with Bradley Manning should feel honored that there isn't an American and a human. And I love your homemade signs here, especially. I see a lot of them. I love all of them. I saw one here, another one that said, truth. Are you manning enough to do it? I love that.